What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, you guys, and let's get into it, all right? OnyxCoin sitting here just below 1.5 cents right now. 22 hours, 6 minutes left on this, the 12th day of June. We had a little bit of a move down yesterday, down 6% or so, a little almost 7%. I do expect Bitcoin to move down a little bit, but again, I don't even think it's going to be 1%, man. We're going to move down to 107.4K, if at all. We might not move down. Maybe we find support and we move up from here. But 107 point, and Bitcoin, by the way, you guys, loves its 236 for whatever reason. Since April 7th, the 236 and Bitcoin have had a love affair. From a low to a high here, Bitcoin is finding support at its 236. It's very possible that that was it. If it even looks like it wants to go lower, and it tricks us every time, man. It bounces right off that 236. I shouldn't say it tricks us every time. It tricked us on that last one, but every other time we were kind of expecting it. But 236, man, very, very bullish. If Bitcoin can't even go below here, I have a hard time seeing OnyxCoin go down. And even if Bitcoin does go lower, the presumed outcome would be something of like a 0.8%, if not like 1.5% at the most kind of move. Nothing dramatic for OnyxCoin. It's very possible with something like that that XCN might not even move lower. We're looking at the 1 hour. Let's actually look at the 15-minute time frame. 15-minute looks bearish as hell. You've been in a downtrend for a second, but you look like you're at the end of that downtrend. I would expect that you start moving up higher. You could have one last little move down, and that wouldn't surprise me too much, but nothing crazy. I don't think you're going to go below 1.4 cents. You're at 1.45 now, so nothing too crazy. Looking at the 1 hour time frame, very bearish as well. Actually, very volatile. Oversold, overbought, oversold, overbought. You kissed it at least. Oversold, overbought, oversold. You don't normally see that kind of behavior, man. It's very, very volatile here, and if we look at the price, I think that agrees with it. So a little bit of volatility to the downside. I don't think it's anything to be afraid of, especially in this environment here. If we're looking at the relative low to the relative high, we're right in the golden zone, right at the golden ratio. We could go a little bit lower again, but I think that 1.43 cent area would hold. If not, maybe 1.411 cents would hold. I don't know, though. Something tells me... Let's look at this on Coinbase real quick. Let's see. Yeah, something tells me we're not going to go lower. I think that was it, man. We might actually move up from... I do expect today to be a green day. I can tell you that much. I don't think that this is a big deal. Looking at this on the 4 hour time frame, 4 hour RSI, the 4 hour looks so bullish, man. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm really convinced that we're at the lows now, guys. Look at that. It's pinpoint accurate. We're right there now. Yeah, we're not going lower. That was it. That was absolutely it. We're going up. We're on the up and up here. What's great? Oh man, today might be a good day for XCN. Because think about it like this. And if it's not today, it'll be sometime soon. Definitely sometime soon. This is the 4 hour time frame. I think of like a 5-day span. Because right here, right, this is the beginning of the 12th. If we go 5 days from now to the 17th, right, 4 hour time frame, 5-day span. If we're talking about the next move up, right, this could happen within the next 3 to 5 days or so, something like that. That we could be up at this area. How much time do we have left in this week? 4 days. So it really could be the end of this week we're starting to rally, or the very beginning of next week that we start to rally. Because what I'm getting at here, in case anybody's missing the point, what I'm getting at is we're at a low point. Sorry. We're at a low point here. I had some stuff with pepper flakes in it, man. Like red pepper flakes. Oh. There's like a dry, spicy cough right there that just got me. Like choked me out. Maybe we move up. Maybe we do this. If we're looking at it kind of like you have 2 blemishes up here. Maybe we move up, and then over the weekend we kind of consolidate, and then going into Monday, Tuesday, that'll be whenever we hit our overbought zone, if we're just kind of repeating this setup that we have. But essentially this next phase up, whether it does this and then down and then up, or it just does this, we're looking to get into that overbought zone here, guys. We're looking to get into that overbought zone by the end of this week or very early next week. And when we get in the overbought zone on the 4 hour time frame, I mean, that only happens with strong moves. I mean, let's just verify that real quick, right? Here, overbought, 4 hour time frame, you moved up 20% in 1 4 hour time frame there. It didn't persist, but that was a strong move relative to this range, right? Even here, this was semi strong, getting into the overbought zone from the low to the high. Low to high here, you moved up an overall, what is that, 25% probably, if it'll give me 26%. Here you got overbought, powerful move. Here you got overbought, obviously powerful move. So I'm excited to see what happens. I'm more under the impression we're going to see something akin to this rather than these moves. I don't think that we're just going to get something that moves up to the overbought zone. We get a quick pump and then we dump down. I don't think that's what's happening, but something to build from. I think we're really going to change the structure, and we're looking to change the structure right now. We're in a very well-established uptrend. Once we get into this overbought zone, we'll probably dance around up there. We'll probably have some fun, get some strong readings, and then pull back, bounce off the 50, and continue to get into that overbought zone before we really cool off. This would imply then, oh yeah, man, next week's going to be good. Next week's going to be good, you guys. I think next week is the week. Finally, the week. I'm not going to pretend like, I was right, I told you, next week was the week, I told you. I'm not one of those guys, man, because I've been saying next week was going to be the week at least a few times throughout this consolidation phase, right? I don't think we expected last week to be the week. I think I remember saying this week would be the week, but next week is going to be the week that we break out of this range. And when we break out of this range, it agrees with everything, man. We're going to see some fantastic growth here very, very soon. I really do love that Bitcoin stepped in and saved the day, because if we broke out of this bull flag, I would have been so sad, man. If we broke out of the bull flag, we have nothing else to go off of but the fibs. And the fibs are great. They're bullish. They call for higher prices too. But instead of hitting 5 cents or prices that are above this high, we would hit 3.3 to 3.9 cents. And that's great, but I'd rather see, instead of a 122% move to 176% move, I want something that's 200 to 300%. Yeah, let's do that. Oh man, next week too. Damn. I wish this started a week later. Because I got a check coming in on the last week of June there, but that's okay. Whatever. It's not even a big check. Who cares? But 1.45 will probably be underway. I'll probably still buy some at that point. 21 hours, 59 minutes left today. Looking like it wants to move up. Let's see here. Yeah, man, I'm just bullish as hell. Super bullish. This is the lowest readings on the RSI that we've seen in a very long time, literally since August of last year. We're at the base of this pattern, clearly at the base of this pattern here. You take a low right there and you just touch it up. It's beautiful. It's perfect. And we're finding support. Bitcoin's looking bullish. The rest of the market's looking bullish. Even if I'm wrong and this is a total flop of analysis right here and we do break through, that's still a higher low. It's something to build from, and we might not have the bull flag. We might not have 5 cents to 6 cents as a target, but we will still have higher prices than this as a target. It's very likely that we would at least encounter prices that are above 3.5 cents, if not even around 4 cents by the end of this month, either way. But I very much do think that by the end of the month, you guys, we will be at 5 to 6 cents, if not going up to 8 cents. It's very, very possible. What else do we want to do? Let's check in with the ribbons, because it's been some time. It actually has been a little bit of time since we've looked at the ribbons. Let's look at these guys real quick. Daily ribbon cross down. Oh no, we got a bearish cross on the daily ribbon. We need to get back above there, you guys. We need to get back above 1.67 cents, and I think we will. I really do think that we will. 3-day time frame here. We got below the ribbon to find support here. This is actually perfect. I think the 3-day looks very bullish, and the weekly ribbon, of course, looks super bullish as well. What I would like to see is that if this week closes in the ribbon like this, that next week gets out of it. We have to get out of it immediately. But I don't think we will. I think this week actually will close higher. We'll see how it goes, but I think over the next 4 days we've actually got some growth to go. It's not going to be massive growth, right? Looking at the 4-hour time frame, again, bringing you back. Oh, damn it, I need the RSI. Hold on. We'll refresh it. Refresh. Looking at the 4-hour time frame here with the RSI, once it loads up, there we go. In this kind of trajectory, we're likely going to be moving up. But again, however it is that we look, however we move up, even if we move up like this, or move up like this, or we move up at a slower pace, whatever, the magic's not happening until we're in the overbought zone. So I don't expect anything crazy to happen, but just steady growth over the coming days by the end of the week is what I'd feel very comfortable, confident in saying. So we probably do flip that 3-day, or we probably do close above the ribbon by the end of this week and by that 3-day time frame as well over the coming days. I hope that makes sense. The ribbon, we're below it, right? On the 3-day time frame, we found support. We're in the ribbon now. On the weekly time frame, we're in the ribbon now. We're going to close out of the ribbon. We're going to close out of it by the end of this week. I very much do believe so. Weekly RSI looks super bullish, or actually same thing as like the 4-hour time frame, right? We're in this like uptrend, And I would say that this next drive is going to get us into the overbought zone. What happens when we get overbought on the 4 hour? Magic happens. What happens when we get overbought on the weekly? Magic happens, you guys. Even here, even on these weaker prices here, you just tip the overboughts on there, and you got 140% in a week. Here, from a low to a high, as you're getting into that overboughts on that move there was 250% in the course of like a month or so. I think we're going to see something even more bullish here. We're finding support at prior resistance here. These moves are strong relative to these moves here, but the relative strength index getting into the overbought zone, it's got to be strong relative to these moves here. So I think that we're going to see something that's massive that eclipses this, and it does take us probably to new highs relative to this here by the end of the month. Inevitably, we are going to go to prices that are dramatically higher. We will see 26 to 32 cents. The trolls, I don't know, man. They'll still, even after we're at 26 to 32 cents, they'll be like, you've been calling that. You said we were going to be there by the end of June. So you think you're right just because it's the middle of July, 15 days later, you think that you deserve to be right? I guess, man. I don't know. I don't really care what, whatever. Hold on. Oh, I was like, why are we up at multiple dollars? I took the wrong fib. I got all distracted. Damn you trolls, distracting me. High to low, 26 to 32 cents right there. That's where we're going to go. Absolutely it is. Probably some point in the middle, if not late July. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I do actually want to check out, if you guys want to stick around, you can. I'm going to check out the MACD real quick. Is it Mrs. Ram? Yeah, there we go. Accumulation, distribution. Okay, there we go. The MACD's bullish. I mean, technically we have hidden bullish divergence, right? You've got lower lows in the histogram here. You're reaching lower. You got lower lows in your oscillator, but higher lows in the price. That is actually bullish. Stochastics looks ready to flip to the upside. It looks like you're on, typically with the stochastics, right? You get out of the oversold zone. You don't stop tier in the overbought zone. You get out of the overbought zone. You don't stop tier in the oversold zone. With the RSI, it's not common to do this stuff, but with the stochastics, it's really not common to do anything else like this. That's not common. Typically, you would actually hit the overbought zone, but sometimes that kind of stuff happens. The MACD does look very bullish. Looking at the daily time frame. Oh, baby. Oh, yeah. As Johnny Bravo would say, oh, mama. This thing looks pretty damn bullish. We got some bullish divergence here, dipping below the daily, the zero on the daily time frame. I'm not really too happy with that, but that might explain why we went lower, I guess. Once we cross back above the zero here, that'll be really good. And that's again probably looking at this here. That's probably going to happen sometime next week, not by the end of this week. Next week is setting up, you guys, for some bullish stuff. I'm telling you. Next week's going to be the week. I'm of the utmost confident. Look, the stochastics too, guys. We are getting there, man. We are absolutely, look at that bullish divergence on the stochastics. Yeah. We love to see that. Okay, cool. So just beyond the RSI, the other indicators are flashing well. I wonder what TradingView says. I'm just bored right now. I'm still talking. Hold on, let's see. What does TradingView say? Can't we scroll through? What is that? Hold on, let's pull this up. What is that? Seasonals. Oh, that's cool. Oh, it compares. Okay, cool. You've got like, I didn't know that. That's new. I've never actually seen that before on TradingView. Maybe they've had that for a while. It says sell. I'm going against the grain with TradingView. These indicators are lagging indicators predominantly, so I think that they will flip bullish here pretty soon. We're a little preemptive on that, right? Oftentimes when it says buy, it's actually after the lows in, so these things rarely call the lows or the bottoms. Whenever they say sell, that doesn't always mean sell, so don't get too hung up on that. But I was just curious to see. This is cool, though. That's new. I can see that being useful. Maybe not for OnyxCoin, because it's had such a terrible start to its existence, right? Just plummeted throughout its whole life. Only this year, 2025, have we seen glory and riches. But it's going to continue, man. I can see this being useful for other things. But here I am rambling. I'm going to end the video there. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves, all right? Bye-bye.